How is it that you still don't understand? Freedom was never a thing. It existed in name only, as a front for wholesale corruption. If you really believe in concepts like freedom and potential, why bother with creation? Were these things not present, abundant, more accurately, in the previous world? Why did you not pursue your goal back then?
I mean...
You are as guilty as those you judge. And what did you hope to achieve by sending your students here? Did you think they'd be able to do what you couldn't? Or did you want them to feel the same agony of defeat that you felt? Do you know why you've been unable to obtain your reason? All this time, you've just been running away, trying to leave everything behind. Tell me the truth. Do you really believe in freedom?
Your choice to believe in Shijima, human, is a type of freedom itself.
You must be Aradia, the outsider. So, it was you who strung her along. Do not bother trying to interfere. You are powerless within this warded area. Just watch quietly as my god descends from above.
This land will be no more. Woman, we shall set out for the new land.
No, I'm not going anywhere. I can't. I have to stop Hikawa, or else both the previous world and the new world will die.
I shall await you there, woman. Remember that hope is the way.
How pitiful. Deceived, and now abandoned by a false god. This space will soon be consumed by the void. Now, sacrifice yourself to my god, and fulfill your duty as the maiden. Who disturbs us? It is the Demi-fiend who steps into my sanctum. I don't know what you were thinking, but I have no intention of fighting you. Now, I'd appreciate it if you'd stand aside and cease with the interruptions. I am deeply disappointed in you. How can you allow yourself to be swayed by this woman? I've left you alone thus far, but now there is no point in letting you live. My faithful servant Samael will take care of you. You defeated Samael. Your prowess is simply astounding. But it's too late. You cannot stop the advent of my god. the power of Ahriman, God of the Void. I shall create a new world, the Kingdom of Stillness. Eternal prosperity is possible through my power alone.
Listen to me. One last time. All possibility has dried up in this world. But there must be a world out there where freedom prevails. I wasn't strong enough to lead us there. But with the strength of your will, you can. Use this, and create a better world. Hurry, to Amala Temple. This will show you the way to Kagutsuchi, where the pilgrimage to creation meets its end. If you so desire, you may create a world of freedom, however you see fit.
The time has finally come. The way shall now be revealed. The Yahiro no Himuragi that you possess. It shall provide a stairway to creation for the strong, and a tower of certain death for the weak. Fate awaits you within. If it is your will, then go inside.
Oh my. A demon opened the way to Kagutsuchi. This is quite a surprise, isn't it, my little master? The tower, thrust down by Kagutsuchi, struck the obelisk, driving it into the earth. Those who yearn for creation will come streaming into it. They are striving for creation. The time has come for you to choose between dedicating yourself to the purpose of creation and living your life as a demon. If creation is your goal, then seek out Kagutsuchi. But if you wish to live as a demon, I suggest that you go visit the old gentleman who lives deep in the Red Labyrinth. This is strictly my opinion, but I see great potential in you. I think you would become a demon like no other. So please be careful. Whether you live for creation or live as a demon, you will have no rest from this point on.
I see you've recovered the menorah from that fiend. I knew that I could count on you, even if the world changed. I believed you would one day learn to wield yourself as a mighty weapon. Here is what my master has to say. It involves the menorah you acquired. For one, it was part of his prized collection. As for its deeper nature, the menorahs are flames of life, which control the flow of Magatsuhi within the labyrinth of Amala. However, they were stolen by terrible fiends. You see, the menorahs grant their possessors unfettered access to the labyrinth of Amala. But that privilege is not intended for just anyone. This place is strictly forbidden to all but those whom my master has permitted entry. That is why we would like to ask of you a favor. Is it possible for you to retrieve the menorahs, the flames that light the floors of the labyrinth? And upon doing so, would you return them here? That is my master's request. To recover the 11 menorahs. If you are willing to accept the task, then you will be allowed to enter the labyrinth of Amala. I believe that is a fair offer, but it is up to you to decide. Will you do it for my master's sake? Thank you. I knew I could depend on you. That is to say, I knew you would accept our offer. The menorahs tend to attract each other. That is why I gave you one. As long as you have your menorah, you will eventually come across the others. When you retrieve a menorah, please place it on the pedestal in the corresponding floor of the labyrinth. I will reward you as you return them to their rightful places. If you hold your menorah to the spinning drum of Amala, the device referred to as a terminal in Tokyo, you will be able to enter and leave here freely. Please be careful. I wish you the best. Preparations are complete. Let us see if our chosen fiend will emerge victorious. If he is the one we have been waiting for. I see that you have braved the labyrinth of Amala and returned a menorah. I am confident that you will recover the remaining ones too. You must be cautious though. The fiends that stole the menorahs are unique and extraordinarily powerful. Now that I think about it, this all started because of one man who caused the conception in the previous world. The conception. Because of it, the Vortex world was born. And Kagutsuchi is the source of power that illuminates this world. You, who once lived as a human, must be wandering this world without any understanding. To show you my appreciation for returning the menorah, I would like to share with you my knowledge of the Vortex world. Starting with Kagutsuchi. Kagutsuchi is the light whose sole purpose is to empower the one who will oversee creation. Creation is the act of bringing a new world into existence, made possible by the annihilation of the old world. Kagutsuchi will then allow a life form of its choosing to determine the course of the new world. There must be those in Tokyo who yearn to be chosen by Kagutsuchi in order to realize their vision. The shape of the world to come depends on who is chosen and what their reason is. In the vast Amala universe, this vortex world is not the only place where creation occurs. Kagutsuchi rises, matures, and falls in countless other places. There are millions, billions of worlds that you are unaware of, and they all experience the cycle of death and rebirth. That is the way of Amala, as determined by the Great Will. With my master, I have watched how myriads of worlds came into being, how life prospered in those worlds, and how they were destroyed in the end. All that time, seeking the answer to the unanswerable question, why is a world reborn? But now, we may be on the verge of finding the answer, and it is your actions which hold the key. Please retrieve the remaining menorahs as soon as possible, and then return to us. My master has high hopes for you. The fallen angel has bestowed upon you great strength. I see that you are making steady progress in recovering the menorahs. By the way, did you not encounter a large number of souls in this realm? They are the imprints of humans in your former world who were purified by death. Even after drifting to the farthest reaches of Amala, they still cannot let go of the past. Many of them were involved with a man you've met. A man by the name of Hikawa. He is the one who led your world to destruction. You stand here as the result of his acts in the former world. I commend you for making it this far. I wish to tell you something that you, as a human, would not otherwise have learned. About his past and what caused the conception. The Ring of Gaia's headquarters. This is where it all started. They were a group who absorbed all forms of doctrine, for they believed they could discover the truth from chaos. But even within that cult, he was regarded as a heretic. Yes, I am referring to the man who changed your destiny, and that of the world. He firmly believed that his ideal could not be found in reality, that it could only be brought about by his own hand. And ultimately, he reached beyond the scope of mankind and plotted the creation of the world. Fate is drawn to a strong will, it seems. As such, he uncovered a crucial method to make his plot a reality. This was the scripture of Miroku, buried deep within the ring's library. the scripture in his possession, he reconstructed the spinning drum of Amala. By deciphering the symbols on the drum, he gained access to the Amala universe and learned of the conception, the fated destruction of the world. That incident at the park followed shortly thereafter. You see, for creation to be possible after the conception, certain preparations were necessary. Thus, the demons which he summoned were unleashed, and a bloody act of carnage ensued. This is a man who decided to take control of the inevitable, the death and rebirth of the world. Of course, there were those among the Gaians who opposed him, and the Messians tried to stop him as well. But he eliminated both threats at once with the power of his demons. With all opposition removed, he watched silently as the conception took place. It was just as foretold in the scripture of Miroku. No, just as he planned after unraveling its prophecy. The Assembly of Nihilo was also formed at that time to aid him in creation. That is what happened in Tokyo. The conception occurred as he planned, and now creation will follow. However, the future is not set. We have yet to see what will happen. Perhaps the world can even be freed from the perpetual cycle of creation. We have faith in you, and will continue to watch you.
There's our star of the show. Smart move, Rido. Leaving a demon here to keep watch. I'll keep this short, Demi-fiend. We did more investigation, and here's what we dug up. The old man's planning a battle royale between you fiends. To the death, I might add. You were aware of that, weren't you? Wouldn't want to assume you were just mindlessly playing along. Although in the end, I suppose that's no business of ours. I just wanted to let you know that was never our goal from the start. We're detectives, sadists. But, fortunately for you, Rido still has a job to finish. In other words, we can't just let you be. So level with us. Will you agree to leave quietly? Or must we put you through the ringer again? I suppose that's the demon in you talking. Trying to unleash the beast, are we? Well, you wouldn't be much of a demi-fiend otherwise. Wouldn't you say so, Rido? From here on, you'll either limp toward your bloody doom, or prove your strength to us once and for all. This gate will serve as the starting point. Take one step beyond it. Rido will make you regret being born into this world. Did you forget what Rido does for a living? He could chase someone down in his sleep. Anyways, we have you right where we want you. Rido, do not let him slip away!
Toho kami amitama, toho kami amitama, toho kami amitama.
Enough, Rido!
Toho kami amitama.
Let's call it here. All right, Demi-fiend. think we've seen enough of your potential. In fact, Fido here's been vouching for you from the start. Though you still are mostly a mystery to us, something about you also gives us hope. So we're thinking we'd lend you a hand. Fido, why don't you give him that piece of evidence? We found this in the area, but we don't have any use for it. Perhaps it's in better keeping with you. Seeing as how well you handle yourself, I think you can forge your own path. Maybe even impress the old man. I truly look forward to our next encounter, Demi-fiend.